Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Africa Federation na Pramukh Sahib, Africa Federation na Maji Pramukh, office bearers, તેમજ delegates, councillors and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Salamun Alaikum. I would be normally expected to speak in Gujarati, but purely and simply to convey a very important message to the millennials, to the Generation Z, and to the Generation Alpha. Millennials are those who have been born from 1981 onwards. Generation Z are the ones who are born in 1996 onwards up to 2010. And Generation Alpha are the ones who are born in 2010 onwards up to now continuously. These are three generations who have missed out. This is specially for them to convey, so I'll speak in English, Mr. Chairman. There is also the need to make it abundantly clear to these generations that they are making a monumental loss by not retaining their language of Gujarati, which is also connected with their Gujarati culture. Do you know the wealthiest people in India, they did a research, statistics show that over 50% of the wealthiest people in India are Gujarati speaking. Not only that, Gujarati speaking people all over the world are very much respected and are in demand. So there is something to do with Gujarati. So this is because of the characteristics of the Gujarati culture. What are the characteristics of the Gujarati culture? The important thing is, number one, they work very hard. This is Gujarati culture. They work hard. They are not lazy. Second, they earn before they spend. They are not reckless with the money. And they are not show-off. This is Gujarati culture. And you will find out as I go along that there are a lot of benefits from this culture. They enjoy the best, the cars, the houses, and everything, the holidays, when they have their own money, not before they have the money. And then wherever they go in the world, they maintain their culture, traditions, and religion. These are very, very important points. And this is to do with Gujarati culture, and I've done research, and that's why I'm sharing the information with you. They have good relations with everybody of all the races, and they build up businesses, and they do well, and they progress because they have a huge network. And they must own, remember these words, they must own businesses, not work for other people. So these are the characteristics of the Gujarati culture. Now, it comes from adopting the Gujarati language. If there is no Gujarati language, there is no Gujarati culture. But one thing is certain, Mr. Chairman, this language of Gujarati unites us all Khoja Shiash Nasris. This is one thing that unites us, and it is so important. We cannot allow our people to ignore this fact. Resolution was passed in 1988, and it was proposed by the Vice Chairman of Africa Federation, Alhaj Khalfan, to say that we need to have Gujarati culture introduced and promoted within our community. And all the Jamaats were supposed to promote the Gujarati language and produce a progress report, and that was to be treated as very urgent. This is a resolution, 1988. If it was done at World Federation, but presented by Africa Federation. Not much priority was given to this resolution. What was the result? The millennials, the 1981 borns, the Generation Z, Generation Alpha, they don't speak Gujarati, and they now lack Gujarati culture. So when you meet them, you ask them, do you understand Gujarati? They say, I can understand, but I can't speak. So yesterday, I met a young boy from our Dar es Salaam Jamaat community, and I asked him, and he said, yeah, I cannot speak because I don't have that confidence, because children around me don't speak Gujarati. So I said, what would make you speak Gujarati? He said, if all the people in madrasa were speaking Gujarati, if my classmates were speaking Gujarati, or if I go to the mosque and children of my age were speaking Gujarati, I would be very comfortable to speak in Gujarati. Now he gave me that secret, which I didn't have until last night. So, gentlemen and ladies, there is a lot of difference between Tame and I in Kutchi, and when I talk about Gujarati, I'm also including Kutchi. When the children say to their parents, Tame or I, instead of you, there is a lot of difference. It actually gives automatically respect and authority to the elders. So what happened was the children did not learn Gujarati, did not have the Gujarati culture, and they lacked akhlaq towards their parents and elders. Now, there are some people who speak Gujarati, who have Gujarati culture, but they still lack their akhlaq towards the elders who they must respect, but they don't do it. It's because of this generation gap, which I am particularly mentioning because there is a difference in mindset. They think differently. They are very nice people. Deep down, their youngsters are very good, but their style is different. They come out very rough, aggressive, the tone is high, but they are nice people. But this is the generation gap, so we need to understand that. So what happened was that because they lost this Gujarati culture, they lost the akhlaq towards the parents and the elders, more than that, they lost the great benefits that Gujarati culture affords. So, look around you. In 1960, in 10,000 people of our community, there were 2 businesses. There was 1 business per 2 families. Now you look around the ratio. We don't have many businesses. You know the Paisawaras we had in UK, in Africa, in Canada, America, those Paisawaras, they are not there. I'm being open because things have changed. Business have disappeared. So there is something to do with, as the culture disappeared, the businesses disappeared, and all the akhlaq disappeared, and things happened. So this is a very serious issue. Although people didn't understand, 1988, they just threw it out. This is an extremely important issue. Not because I am talking about it, no. I really mean it. I've done a little bit of thinking, research, that's why I'm saying it. So, you see that when there is lack of Gujarati language and Gujarati culture, it leads to less practice of Islam. Number 2, marriages occur outside the community. Third, divorce rates are high. Fourth, there is more domestic violence. Fifth, there is fragmentation of families. And then also there is more poverty and more mental illnesses and more drug addiction in our children. So, and also there's hardly any community businesses. Tabligh is needed in our community. Ourselves, we need tabligh. And our community needs that Gujarati language and culture. That is the fundamental step before we go to real tabligh about religion. So, should the community members just throw away the Gujarati language and the culture with all its inherited benefits? How many agree that we should now forget about Gujarati and just concentrate on English or other Western languages like French and forget about Gujarati and Gujarati? How many of you here agree that we should just abandon Gujarati? Is there anyone here who thinks? There is not a single Khoja Shia Snashri in this august forum thinks that we should ignore it or throw it away. So it is important. So even in Quran, it has been mentioned, different languages are signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah, the issue has not been lost, as still the majority of the people understand Gujarati but can't speak. It is still not too late. I repeat that. It is still not too late. Give me support in what I'm saying and what I've already done with the team from our community, from Dubai, from Canada, from Reunion, London, Dar es Salaam. They are the team members who has built up the Gujarati teaching program. We have reached somewhere. So give me the support that we need. Let us take it up with the momentum that it deserves. It's આજે બધું ખાસ ઓલા યંગસ્ટર્સ માટે કારણ કે એ લોકો સાંભળ્યા તો એ લોકોને ખબર પડે કે હું શું કહેવા કે શું ગુમાવી દઈશું. So it was with this in mind that at a discussion on the better group, it was proposed that a Gujarati teaching program be started. And this was started in June 2021, course in Gujarati language on Zoom online with use of world-renowned UTalk app. And there were two Gujarati teachers, one from Reunion and one from Mumbai. And they are employed. And the course included 1 hour session every week for 6 months. The youngsters from our community were enrolled from worldwide, different, including, Sydney and California and Toronto and Dar es Salaam and London. They're all attending this course online Zoom. The teachers taught with passion and with great enthusiasm. Research and development was done. It was not taught like ordinary Gujarati you think the teachers used to teach. No, it is done with the same style, modern style, with pictures, songs, rhymes, figures, and each word is followed by a pictures and sound, so all that helps to stick in. There is a special psychological way of adopting that. So a lot of money was spent on research and development as well as time. This is all ready. The GTP course is an advanced digital course. The third batch of students are now being trained for a 6-month course for payment of £60. Humanitarian and Charitable One Trust, the short form is HACOT, pays the fees on behalf of those students who cannot afford. And nobody knows who paid or who is paid and who is free, who is enjoying the facilities free. All students are provided with the UTalk Gujarati app free of any charge. Mr. Chairman, we have a proposal. The current GTP team can oversee the implementation of the Gujarati teaching program as it is doing, but under Africa Federation. The infrastructure of the project already exists and it is fully functional. The impetus of Africa Federation umbrella will enhance the momentum and assist to increase the number of students of our community, especially the youngsters, to learn the Gujarati language. So I propose, Mr. Chairman, with your blessings and that of the delegates and councillors of the Africa Federation, that the GTP program, Gujarati Teaching Program, comes under Africa Federation with the following team. Myself, Asghar Bhai Danji from Dar es Salaam, Mozama Ben from Reunion, Rafiq Bhai Mauji from London, Rukhsana Bhai Abbas from Dubai, Naz Bhai Sabur from Toronto. It's widespread. Mr. Chairman, the leadership of whatever ranks, and I'm included, is a heavy responsibility entailing accountability in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I rest my case, but we need to agree upon this proposal so that we can work on that basis from now onwards. Thank you very much.